Greetings, fellow Centurions, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, Episode 94, Forced March on Bandits. So Klein, you're moving over here. You're the first of the Eastern Republic Senators. You are going to be put in the Eastern Republic Villa. Your bedroom is going to be this one. Schedule for Klein, pure recreation. Assignments for Klein? Oh, Darius, okay, hold on. That work? No. I'll have to fix that once they're home. Is going to be gourmet food and novels. And you are an undergrounder that's a delicate brawler. A dormant wolfblood. Oh, cool. You're a wolfblood. And then the payment, of course, is here. Oh god, what was it? Oh, right. Hordes of uranium in a legendary terror sculpture. Normally I wouldn't do this, but you know what? Let's put a terror sculpture in for them. And then armor. Scav Mechanic and Ryla Stroh, thank you for the resubs. Scav, what have you been playing lately? Anything fun? Mike, stop! I'm trying to put you out. Stop, drop, and roll. Oh my god, Mike, you are faster than you have any right to be. What the hell? Stop, 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 stop. You idiot. Mike was on fire for a very long time for no good reason. Just decided to run around. That's when it really is nice to have like a Psycaster to be like, hey, skip to me. Alright, and their loot is some coal. Nice. Next up, we'll hoover up the pemmican. I don't really care about the sarcoid leaves. Hoover up the coal and the jade, because why not? They also had some tea. And the silver. And head out. So this is the camp for Sandwick. Turde Sandwick. Also, the advantage of getting Klein is now we have the production for Tyrian farming, which we can put on shallow water. Basically, snails make the sort of purpley fabric. So I'll set 2 of those up here in the meat ranch. Here is the remaining research. So, wood fire crematorium, cement making, craft bench, bronze working, and road building when we get all their favor. Do any slaves need suppressing? No, because we executed. And they're all wearing the proper clothing, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll check. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All 100% suppressed. Wow, Cerise is like, I'm not going to escape until I die. Like, 55 years? Oh my god. Alright. Oh, well. Looks like Branya was like 55 years. I could do better. 65 years. Okay. Oh, he's chilling. Enjoying the villa all to himself. Needs are met. No negative moods either. So you insert cloth in the Tyrian farms, and after a long processing period, you get Tyrian fabric as a result. don't really have a lot of cloth. I've been buying it, but I don't grow it. I'm not planning on putting any farms down, though, because, you know, we are getting to the finale end of this series, so it doesn't really make sense to start production for something that I won't even see the results of. Ooh. Fine grills shouldn't have been stored. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the problem is we're making more fine grills that could fit on one, Okay, I see. This is actually not incorrect, so I'm not going to fix it. The problem is we only have one storage spot for fine grills, and they need to be kept warm, or they are, they ruin. So some might just get ruined as a result, but that's fine. We still have a lot of vomit everywhere as a result of all the food poisoning and plague that we had. And the war team will be there in about 8 hours to the next battle target. So the Klein will have company. So the next senator that we're bringing in is Turde, giving us bronze working. I don't think I'm going to bronze the hospital. Bronze is a sterile material. It has sterile properties. Do I have any raw bronze anywhere? I don't. But yeah, you could just take my word for it if you want. Oh, here we go. So if you take a look at bronze, its blunt and sharp isn't great. It's relatively cheap to make. It's just like steel and stone chunks. So you can take 10 steel and make 20 bronze or whatever. But it does have some sterility properties that are actually not being shown here for whatever reason. Which could make good hospitals or kitchens. But I don't really want to have to redo that stuff. That doesn't interest me. So I won't be doing that. Okay. This statue is good enough quality. Good enough. So all the bedrooms are now set up. And Niblin just needs to install that statue, which he's doing now. Cool. Marriage is on between Joshua and Colostrum. Cool. Not only did you get uplifted out of slavery, but now you're going to be wed to a plebeian. That's pretty nice. Hey, what the hell happened here? Did I screw this up? Centurion armor. Dye item. Severina's armor. Oh, Severina's wearing the quest armor. That's why. I was trying to figure out why Severina's armor wasn't the proper color. Solve that mystery quick. There you go. Okay, all of our Centurions are in proper Centurion armor now, which is good. Also, for those that were wondering, Ghetto was a little sick this past week, but he's kind of back on the mend. He had an upset stomach. Well, a little more than that, but he's fine. Here we go, battle number 2. So these guys are all brawlers, as far as I could see. Yep. There's one with Pyle. And they're all impids. So the trouble here is, of course, fire. They're going to be spewing fire at us. So what I'm doing is I'm focusing on the brawlers before they close the distance, and intercepting the ones that won't. So the bowmen don't end up with all on fire. Essentially sacrificing my brawlers so that they can keep shooting. And there we go. Fled. Easy peasy. Area now safe. We're just going to keep shooting them because we were hired to kill them. And we have Turde Sandwick here. Senator number 2. You are teetotaler, ascetic, fast learner. Ooh, you're ascetic. I don't think I am going to bother with your asceticism. I'm sorry. I should, but I'm not going to. Just be upset that you're treated like very, very well. Sorry, but not sorry. Surprisingly enough, we weren't set on fire for very long. Unlike the last flamebow fight. Yeah, all of the senators are named after Patreon patrons of mine, so there should be a lot of familiar names. So, Turde Sandwick is Turtle Sandwich, for instance. There was squat to take here other than some pemmican. It's fine. And I guess 2 T's that I missed. I'm actually going to ditch the jade so it doesn't slow me down. And the coal. I'm not going to take construction materials. And heading up to another camp. You only noticed that today? Yeah, every single one is named after a patron of mine. So, we got a sandstone bed, we got gold, we got the steel spatha that's legendary. Which is gonna go to Joshua. As like a wedding present, I guess? Or an engagement present? Makes sense. Certainly better than a steel gladius. It would be a waste not to use this one. So the issue with stone beds, to point this out, stone beds, even when they're high quality, have a bad rest effectiveness compared to non-stone beds. Because sandstone has a 90% rest effectiveness over normal, which is 100%. So this has a 118 rest effectiveness versus like an equal quality bed. I actually don't have an equal quality bed. I probably do somewhere. No, actually you're right. I could use this. I don't really have any masterwork beds anywhere, so maybe we'll give this to Darius and Scipia. I stand corrected. But normally speaking, stone beds are worse than non-stone beds. Made of wood or steel, or wood or metal, is going to be superior as far as work effectiveness. But of course, quality of the bed is a major driving factor as well. So, Scala knew an ascetic was coming? Yeah, it seems that way. That's a very good point. Scala was like, that senator doesn't like nice things. I won't make nice beds. I can't unmurder her. You know, she's here and she ain't moving, but she was right all along. I guess the Oracle told her. Question for you, chat. Should I make an ascetic bedroom? Like, do you actually want me to satisfy Turde Sandwick's ascetic bedroom desires? I'm gonna give you 2.5 minutes. It would be really easy to do. I could just, like, trash the room, you know? But here's the result: is aesthetic and impressive bedroom is a -5 mood. It's not gonna make him lose his mind or anything. Like, it's really not a problem if I leave it the way it is. But I figure I pull you on it anyway. These guys are probably going to rest for the night, so we'll have that battle in the morn. They're blowing through the requirements, though. Like it's nothing. It's been pretty easy fights. So for the desserts, gourmet desserts, what is going on here? Trying to figure out what is the holdup. I think it's the lack of berries. If I was to guess. Missing ingredients. Okay. So gourmet desserts is berries, and I don't think I... Oh, no, I have berries for it. So it must be... the condiments? Which is salt or mayo? No, I have salt and mayo and sugar. What do you want? Oh, milk. I probably don't have enough milk. Because I have too many cheese presses, I'm imagining? Or not enough cows? Oh, there we go. So the Tyrian farm is now working, and in 30 days, we'll have Tyrian fabric. It's a very long process. Sort of by design. Alright, and I'm going to resolve this poll early. You guys are like, yeah, screw his desire for asceticism. Leave it nice. Yeah, I'm on it. Did you just poop out in the field? Yeah, dude, you... what? Why? You... Alright, this is Marin. Uh-oh. Were they all open defecating? It's hard to tell because of how buggy the bed links can be, but I think I made a mistake and they were all not allowed to use their bathroom. I'll double check everyone now. I'm a little worried that I overlooked something important. So the issue, if you're wondering, here, let me hide myself so you can see a little bit better, is that when you link to it, it also considers restrictions too. So if I restrict colonists, slaves, and guests, but still link the bed, it won't allow colonists, slaves, it won't allow anyone in that bathroom. So there's it's not an and or. It's an and, not an or, in other words. So it has to be done right, or it won't work. And this is a result of, just mod conflict, I guess. Alright, I am checking the originals. I actually don't even need to restrict it off of slaves. Because it's not like slaves are ever going to come in here to use the bathroom, because they don't own the bed. But yeah, it looks like it's fixed now. So, hopefully, moving forward, they don't have to poop out in the field like a buffalo. Or a muffalo. I fixed the last stream, must have bugged out. Well, I fixed this last stream. I didn't fix this one. So I had overlooked the fact that the older Central Republic Villa had restriction binds to it. I don't know. But seeing Marin Gasse poop out in the field, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way that this is done correctly. And I was right. Battle number 3 coming right up. I haven't really had the manpower to do hauling. As you can see, there's still silver and hay and everything laying out here. Hauling work is always difficult to manage on large colonies. Ooh, very nice masterwork. Here we go. So this one is for whose quest? Cree, Somrus. So Cree is giving us Woodfire Crematorium, global work speed 5%. All right. Let's get it. What kind of enemies are we facing? Mostly brawlers. Baseliners, pigskins. Got it. Mixed bag. I never consider hauling animals. Yeah, I generally don't add hauling animals. One of the reasons why I didn't for this specific series is that hauling animals are usually easiest to feed when you can just butcher animals for meat and feed them whatever you butcher. And because I don't have access to freezing, it's kind of difficult to keep them fed. So it creates a yet another layer of complexity when it comes to colony management, which is why I left them out. Ooh, a headshot that took your... Wow! Ouch! Payment has arrived, Cree has joined, and we really aren't that injured in the scheme of things. So, Mr. Somrus, move you up there. We're going to give you recreation schedule, proper zoning, proper food, and pick a bed. Hauling slaves are possible? Yeah, I'm already having my slaves haul. That wasn't really the question, it was animals. And there's a lot of reasons why I haven't employed hauling animals. The animals that haul the most effectively... well, I mean, there's also the whole lore thing, right? Like, in ancient Rome, they might have used beasts of burden, but there wasn't, like, dogs that would go fetch things and bring it back to shelving. Like, that's just fictitious. Like, the animals don't do that IRL. Not really. I mean, sort of. There is, of course, like, using monkeys to harvest coconuts, for instance, but that's like basically slave labor. It's not even really animal haulers. But that aside, it wasn't something that was done in ancient Rome, so it wouldn't be something that I would want to do here, because this was a thematic series. But if this wasn't a thematic series, the other issue arises that a lot of the animals that can haul also require a lot of training maintenance, and the ones that don't, like dogs, are not animals that you tend to interact with unless you go out shopping for them. So it's one of those situations where if you want to use animal haulers, it takes a little bit of effort to go and buy the dogs, and because wild animals that are able to haul have a higher wildness, meaning even if they have trainability advanced, you'll have to continually retrain them. So like megasloths, thrumbos, wargs, wolves, wild animals that have advanced training require a lot of upkeep. So then, yeah, it might be a net benefit for hauling, but there's still the complexity of feeding them, there's still the complexity of retraining them regularly, so it's not like a hauler bot when you're a mechanator or mechanitor or whatever, and you know, it's just like, well, I'll just keep them charged in power, like, you know, there's even more overhead. Let's see about pushing up the value of our dining room even further. So the payment that arrived was the relief in the sculpture, which I'm putting to use now. Yeah, lore plus additional difficulty is a reasonable response. Yeah, that was a big one. I mean, when I started getting a meat farm, there was a lot of people who were like, whoa, just feed them corpses. It's like, that doesn't work. I don't have freezers. You know? And if you leave a corpse out, there's no guarantee that like a boar will eat the corpse fully, and then the corpse then bleeds out, leaks out lung rot gas and kills all my animals for a mass die-off. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Because in vanilla RimWorld, of course, like certain animals like wargs they're obligate carnivores and they eat corpses, and it's actually a really reasonable corpse management. Because I don't know if you guys knew, but the wealth of the bodies buried in cemeteries add to your colony value. So if you bury people, you're going to get bigger raids. It's better to destroy corpses in a crematorium or through having animals or your butchery or whatever than it is to bury them, because there's a huge disadvantage to burying them in that they add colony value. But that aside, yeah, if I had freezers, the equation might be a little bit more different. When is my next ritual? Saturnalia is in 16 days. That's probably the next one. Yeah. Any like suggestion of add more micro to a series like this one is like, no. I won't be doing that. Thank you very much. Can no one go in here but them? Why is it forbidden? Oh. Because Cerise has to... I see. There's nowhere to store that. What I can do is I can have Cerise just move it out, and then have people move it to where it belongs. Like a temporary stockpile here. That makes sense. I was wondering why that wasn't getting done, but it's because no one was allowed to go into the the villa's garden. What's the art on this one? That was gifted by the senator. This furnish bears a representation of a dagger. Makes the viewer think of strife. Takes place on the outskirts of the settlement. So, a bunch of people stabbing each other on the outskirts of the settlement. Nice! Great art. Makes me feel very safe. Thanks, senators, for the violent art. So once Scipia and Darius get back home, I have to assign them this bed. Hey, 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 hey. I saw that. They were like, ha ha ha, you moved the bed, so I'm going to poo on their loo. No one said you could. How's hauling going? I mean, it's slowly getting chipped away. The issue is that we don't have a lot of wood in the stockpiles where we need them. I can see over here. There's not a hell of a lot that I can do to fix that. What I can do, actually, is to forbid the hay, as we have 15,000 hay in storage, so that we focus on other materials. I think that's been, honestly, the problem is we've been hulling hay and almost nothing else. So the 10,000, most of the 10,000 hay that was here, 8,000 of that hay got hauled. Yeah. So now that the war team is back, I'm going to have them rest up a day or two, and then redeploy. Have them just a little R&R, so that's not forced march for an entire season. Oh wow, that made a quick difference. Forbidding the hay. Now wood is up to 500 in storage. It's not that we don't have a lot of haulers, it's just we have a lot of tasks. I think it's easy to forget, but it's like a colony of this size and this sprawl, that's the big one, is it's sprawling. A colony of this level of sprawl has a lot of management. Most of the meat drying racks actually look pretty full. I was considering, because I know we're falling a little bit behind in the jerky production, I might do some group hunting now. But it does look like we're getting pretty close to having our meat racks full, so I'm not too worried about running out of meat. Probably one more Mega Sloth and we'll be set. Mega Sloths is a lot of meat, after all. Oh, you survived 2 volleys. Count me as impressed. So just taking a very quick survey of the villas. The Eastern Villa looks pretty well supplied. Has not a ton of desserts. Cerise, you need to move some gourmet grills, but it actually looks pretty well supplied over here as well. Woodstocks could be up higher. And then the last villa is very well stocked. Yeah, the last villa is very well stocked. Yeah, all looks pretty well. Tattered apparel for, there you go. There's your toga. And we see the last? No. We're still waiting for Serafina to ditch this toga. But this toga's been lasting a while. And then Kata and Raisei don't have ruined togas at all. What is going on here? I just noticed. For some of the senators, they have like he's hauling around like a tree in his pocket that I can't have him drop because he's a guest. If you're wondering behind the scenes, the senators here are both colonists and guests. They're kind of both. So it's weird, meaning they have locked things that I can't touch, but they also are somewhat treated like colonists. Again, this is part of the, oh, it wasn't your toga. It was your wreath. Got it. Oops. There was a lot of changes made to the mod. So if you're taking a look at, like, a good example of this would be the research tree, and you take a look, if it's class rad edit, it means I, like, modified it to suit the series, but that modification isn't available on the internet. And there's a lot of stuff like that within this series, which is why it wasn't made publicly available, because I hacked them together. They're not well-made mods. They have a lot of problems. They have a lot of bugs. I know how to avoid the bugs because I made the mod, but you guys wouldn't. Meaning, replicating the series is basically impossible unless you have all the knowledge that I have of the inner workings of the mod, and if you do, you can just make the mod yourself. And wouldn't need me to provide it for you. So, that is why the mods list was never shared, because it is janky behind the scenes. Too janky to be shared. Because I would need to, like, write a long essay about, this is how the mod works, and how not to make it explode on your face and blow up your save. It's definitely a lot easier to make a slap together mod that does exactly what I needed to do and nothing more than one that would be usable for everyone. And yeah, if you don't know how to do, like, C# and XML editing, you wouldn't be able to use this mod set, because you needed edit save game files manually and through text file and change XML settings, and yeah. It really just is not usable. Was never made to be usable. Let's send Darius and Scipio back out. And I'll set up the caravans the same way I did before. Probably sending out the same people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We look to be low on tea. We did get tons of pemmican on the last war campaign, so I don't really need to send them with any more. And then added to the bowmen will be Lucia, oops, Ficus, Deus, Julia, and Mila. Out they go. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan.